Hello and welcome back for day 19. That's right, day 19 of our series on the Sermon on the Mount. Yesterday we finished up Matthew chapter 6 where Jesus said, "Why are you worrying? Stop worrying and being anxious. Be anxious for nothing." And today we're going to get into one of the most often used criticisms of the Christian faith. So Jesus talked about judgment, and he said, "Do not judge." So put it up there. "Do not judge" is the title of our our daily series today under the Sermon on the Mount. So Matthew chapter 7, this is the last chapter in Matthew on the Sermon on the Mount. So we're almost there. Matthew chapter 7, verse 1, Jesus says this, "Judge not that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. And with the measure that you use, it'll be measured back to you. Why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Or how do you say to your brother, 'Let me remove the speck from your eye,' and look, a plank is in your own eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Do not give what's holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before the swine, lest they trample them under feet and turn and tear you into pieces." Now, that's a weird way to end that, but I'm going to bring that home here in just a little bit. But first off, Jesus says, "Judge not, lest you be judged." And by whatever measurement or standard you're using to judge other people, God's going to use it back on you, and people will as well. Have you ever heard somebody say, "I'll never do this or that," and then you caught them doing this or that? And then you're like, you're such a hypocrite. So what's Jesus getting at here? He's getting at hypocrisy and unrighteous judgment. And he's saying before you ever raise a judgment against another person, you need to look inside at yourself and you need to consider yourself. Like, do I have some areas in my life, some big areas, a plank size area that I need to take care of before I take care of these little minuscule, speckish type areas in my neighbor's life? Jesus is saying here, we have to use righteous judgments, and we need to make sure we take care of ourselves, take care of our own business first before we go looking outside. But then he does say, once you've cleaned up the area in your life, you'll see more clearly to help out your brother. And that really should be the goal of the Christian. You know, Galatians chapter 6 says, "If any of you are caught in a trespass, let those among you who are spiritual go to that one in a spirit of gentleness to restore that brother, considering yourselves, lest you also be tempted." Okay? So bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Like there is a call for the Christian to call out sin in other Christians. Okay? Now, people in the world, we're to expect that they're going to live crazy. They're not saved. They're not in the family. But people in the family of God, it is our duty to come alongside and help those people out. So I would say that it's not wholly true that we never cast any judgment. We judge between right and wrong all the time. You make judgments every single day. There's an entire book of the Bible called Judges. God set them up and God ordained them. And what am I telling you here? I'm telling you that Jesus' whole point there was don't use unrighteous judgment and don't be a judgy person. Nobody likes those people anyway. And then he makes this statement down there at verse 6. He says, "Do not give what's holy to dogs or cast your pearls before the swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you into pieces." What's he saying there? He's saying if you're talking and you're trying to reason with a person and they're not hearing you and they don't want to hear your pearls of wisdom and they don't want to heed common sense and basic wisdom, he said, save it. That's basically what he's saying. Save your breath. You're not going to influence them. You're not going to affect them. And likely they're going to turn on you like a bunch of rabid, wild animals. So he's like our call is to inform people. But once we've informed them, after that point in time, if they continue to do evil, there's nothing more we can do for them. We just keep them in our prayers. We can fast for them and pray for them. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us on today's message on Do Not Judge. Please come back for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last day of the series for this week. It'll be day 20. That's incredible. And don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Help get this word out. Get the word of God out to people. This is very simple stuff that anybody can understand. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me. God bless.
Subscribe for more.